out ways that you can prepare your evacuation routes, ways that you can ready your family. It will recommend items to have on hand should a storm be approaching your community, although we would recommend you get those items on hand now. It will also give tips on how you can protect yourself and your family against scams, fraud, even price gouging. As a hurricane approaches, Floridians begin to prepare, and as they recover in the aftermath of a storm. We know that stocking up on enough food and water and emergency supplies is always recommended. We now recommend that be done for 3 to 7 days in order to ensure that your family is adequately prepared. Make sure that storm-related products are in fact built and manufactured to withstand hurricane-proof or impact-proof damage. Make sure that you have downloaded our No Scam app. This is the 2nd anniversary of our launch of the No Scam app. It is available in English and Spanish, easy to download on your mobile app, and that will allow you to collect information if you feel that you have been victimized by fraud or price gouging as a storm approaches or immediately in the aftermath of a storm. We want to make sure that Floridians are prepared as hurricane season approaches. Our office has been extraordinarily creative and proactive in making sure Floridians have the tools to protect themselves. That is the first step in making sure that we are a strong, safe Florida. So again, whether this is your first hurricane season as a Floridian or your 50th, now is the time to prepare. Get the appropriate supplies, know your evacuation routes, download the apps that can help you protect yourselves as a storm approaches or in the aftermath of a storm. And you can do that by examining the Attorney General's Hurricane Preparedness Guide. We have it both in English and in Spanish. And we appreciate those of you that have joined us here today as we launch our Hurricane Preparedness Guide. And I am going to turn it over at this time to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Donna Lazinski.
Thank you, General. Good morning. I'd just like to thank the Attorney General for having us here today to discuss hurricane preparedness. For those of us that live in Florida, particularly Hillsborough County, we know how dangerous these kind of storms can be this time of year. So it's critical that we prepare ahead of time. And as the Attorney General said, we need to make sure we have the necessary supplies. And as we've seen in past seasons and with COVID, we see how quickly these items go off the shelf. So please get some of these things ahead of time. Make sure you have them well in advance. Additionally, have a plan for your family. If there's a shelter you're going to, if there's relatives, if you have individuals with special needs, make sure that you have those items stocked up in advance for them, and as well as for your pets. Again, these things are critical to get done in advance. The Sheriff's Office is also prepared. We conduct numerous training exercises, and actually today is one of our first ones that we're conducting with our employees to make sure that we'll be able to keep everybody out of harm's way. So again, we appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you, Attorney General, for having us today. For the City of Tampa, just to reiterate some of the things that have already been said, you know, as a police department here in the city, we are ready for the storms. We are prepared. We have a robust plan in place. We go over it, just like Chief Lazinski said, with their agency. But it takes the citizens of this city to help get us through this storm. So preparation on the citizens' part is key to a successful hurricane season. For the ones that have been here for a while, you know how busy the seasons can be, and the ones that are new to Florida, welcome to the City of Tampa. But there's a couple things that we'd like for you to do as far as preparation. So please, if you're new and you haven't signed up for the city's alert system, it's the Alert Tampa system. If you text Tampa Ready to 888-777, that will give you specific information for the City of Tampa residents as far as evacuation routes, any shelters, any special needs shelters that are in place, any shelters for pets, and of course any information on the impending storms. Everybody knows these storms can change within hours, so it's critical that you stay informed through that text. It's also in Spanish. If you text Tampa Lista to 888-777, that also will give you the same information that you can. So just like it's been said, I just want to reiterate the importance of getting supplies early, right? Making sure we have enough batteries in the house and lights are working and we have a plan in place to get you through. Us, the Sheriff's Office, we will be ready ahead of the storm. We will prepare as much as possible as we can, and rest assured, as soon as the storm's over, we're going to be the first ones out there getting everything cleaned up and ready to go. So, again, thank you again for your time, and please be prepared for this season.
Thank you so much. And, you know, this is a great thing to point out, and we appreciate you doing so. You know, the pandemic has changed in many areas what shelters are going to be designated. And so don't rely on your past experience on what shelter you should go to. Use the information that's being provided. Use the hurricane preparedness guide that we are launching. Go to your county and city resources. Determine what is the shelter for your particular area that may have changed due to the pandemic. Stock up on supplies. Know your evacuation routes. Download the No Scam app so you can ensure that you're not taken advantage of as a storm approaches or in the aftermath of a storm. Most specifically, be on guard. Be ready. Make sure that you go through your checklist and your family knows how they can help prepare as a storm approaches. Florida is resilient, we are strong, and we are so because we prepare. And we know that we're all going to be there for one another, but we're going to do our part and make sure that we're ready when a storm approaches. So thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it, and any of us are available to take any questions you may have at this time.
Any questions? Okay, guys, thank you.